In terms of implementing the internal medicine changes, is there a time frame?
We still need to put together a curriculum and submit it to the GMC. The first stage of this is a piece of work that we're now doing in July, which we're calling Proof of Concept, where we have up to, I think it is 235 educators, including 88 trainees involved, in helping us try to pilot what our competencies in practice mean in real life. Mm-hmm. So they are helping us work through what it would mean if they were having a meeting with their educational supervisor to make trusted decisions on the outcomes of work. So I think that's important, and that will then feed into how we actually try and write the curriculum. If all goes well, we would like to submit it to the GMC next spring. The GMC are happy by the autumn of 2017, then it would allow us to advertise in the autumn of 2017 the first jobs in internal medicine stage 1 to start in August 2018. And as part of that, we've asked all the deaneries and Let Bs to start to set up local project groups to work through what the implications would be if that was the timetable and we were able to meet it.
Is there going to be a pilot before that?
The pilot is how competencies in practice work. Mm-hmm. We had considered whether there should be a pilot deanery to do this. Mm-hmm. But frankly, the view was that this would add another level of complexity, and having one set of trainees in one deanery starting off doing a 3-year internal medicine while everybody else was doing 2 years was going to lead to great difficulties. We're going to have to deal with transitional arrangements anyway. There will be doctors who've done core medical training, go and do a PhD. We'll have to help them come back in appropriately into the new system so they don't lose out. So we're going to have significant transitional issues anyway. So our hope is that provided we've demonstrated that we can make trusted decisions and it works for educators, then it isn't necessary to actually pilot this. Another way of looking at it is there's a new foundation curriculum that has just been published, which is based on 20 outcomes. They haven't called them competencies in practice or entrustable professional activities, but it is based on outcomes, and that is being implemented as of this August. So there will have been 2 years' experience in foundation of having an outcomes-based approach to assessment of a curriculum, and the doctors who are going into that now will be the ones who will come into our new system hopefully in 2018.
The people that are in CMT while this transition is happening, what additional information will they be having?
We are currently working on the basis that everyone who is in training now will go through and complete it as it is. All right. So if you're if you started CMT now, do 2 years, go in to do, so we say diabetes and general medicine, that will be fine. I think the only issue would be if you're coming out after 2 years or during CMT, perhaps to do a 4-year PhD. We will then have to work to design safe systems, fair systems, to allow people to come into the new system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I suppose that could be the same for people who are less than full-time trained.
And that would be another important group that we would need to consider and work through.
How would you sell this new internal medicine curriculum in terms of the biggest changes to a trainee that's coming through foundation and looking at what it would offer? Are there any key things that you would highlight?
Despite all the challenges, the number of people coming into core medical training each year has been very stable over the last 4 years. What we also know is the number of people who go into core medical training, only ever about half of those eventually go into higher specialty training. In the past, the role of the medical registrar was usually seen as the best job in the hospital. Now it's often seen as the most stressed and most difficult job in the hospital. Well, we hope that we will be doing at least part of our bit in trying to ensure that people feel more confident in taking on that role, and therefore more people will want to continue through into training as a physician and get the reward of being a consultant in a medical specialty.